everyone, how you doing? Chad again. Welcome back to the channel, CK Knife and Tool. Hopefully this video finds you all well and you are enjoying yourself. To think that summer is almost coming to an end, that is amazing. Well, today's video is not about summer or fall. It's not about knives, it's what the title up above says. That's right, I've got a new case and it's a Pelican case. It's Pelican versus nanuk. Now this will be a little recap of a video I did a few months ago about the Pelican case that I had, the nanuk case that I had that was used for our overlanding and our first aid here in trip as we go travel across the country, or if we go on camping trips or anything, little overlanding expeditions. Well, I managed to meet somebody at the Northwest Overland Rally, and you know what? You guys are getting a little heavy. I'm going to set you up on a stand, and I'm going to show you what we got in the back of trip. Let's get back to babbling. So, gang, how you doing? Well, today's video, again, like I mentioned, it's going to be about a Pelican and a nanuk. Pelican versus nanuk. Now, when I went to the Northwest Overland Rally, I got to hook up with a fella, John, JP, I believe some of the folks are calling you, but John, I do appreciate it. John was at the Northwest Overland Rally. He is a Pelican rep, as well as a really awesome photographer and a great guy. We spent a lot of time talking. It was really cool. Such a nice, genuine fella. I was really glad to meet you, John. So thank you very much. Also, thank you very much to John and to Pelican for what I'm about to share with everybody here. Now, John had seen the Pelican case, or the nanuk case, in the back of my truck when we were over at the Northwest Overland Rally, and I was showing him some of the things and showing him what my wife and we had built regarding a first aid kit for a family. John also has a family. He's got a son and daughter as well, a lot younger than mine, but he could kind of relate, and he was really really interested in the first aid kit and what everything I did. But he says, you know, Chad, he says, we got to do something about that case. He says, that's not any good. So I got back, and I recently just took possession of a Pelican case that is just phenomenal. I want to share that with you, do the comparisons, and also swap everything from my nanuk case into my Pelican, because my Pelican case is now going to be my go-to case, and the nanuk case I'm actually giving away to a Patreon supporter. So let's do this comparison here, and I'll show you the differences. Okay, so this first off is a Pelican 1600, and it is slick. I'm really pleased with it. In the previous video I did with nanuk, I mentioned how I used to use Pelican all the time. I actually still have a Pelican case for my old sniper rifle. Pelican, the first series cases and everything they had were quite heavy, quite stout, very thick, very durable, but they were heavy. The new series here, these kind, as well as some others that they have, they're a little bit lighter, but not to forego the strength and durability. Now, what was really nice about this is basically the same size as the nanuk. They don't have the exact dimension, you know, the exact size as each other. There's a little bit of change here and there, but I still think it's really nice. With the Pelican, what I like about it is that it has side latches on either side. There's a latch on this side as well as this side, not just the front. And then it opens up, and they still have the locking. It lock, but it stays in place so the lid doesn't flop down or fall on you all the time. It's really nice. Really pleased with the whole thing. How it's made, again, it's Pelican. Pelican kind of speaks for itself in a way, but I wanted to be able to compare Pelican with nanuk and show you the pros and cons to each one, and give you guys a better idea, because there's a little bit of a price difference between the two, and it'd be only fair to show you guys what choices you might have if you want to do an orange case like this. There's other case companies that are made in China, but they're all black, and I don't know those names offhand. Heck, you can get them at Harbor Freight and stuff too, and they're pretty cool, but they're all made in China. This one, Pelican, made in USA. Nanuk over here, made in Canada. Now, one of the first things I want to touch in on is I really like the nanuk's latches up front. I really like those. I'm not stealing any thunder from Pelican, of course, but I really like the latches, this little metal lever that you got to flip down with your thumb. I'm really digging on that, and how you flip it up like this, it works great. Just like the Pelican case lid, when you open it, it will stay open. Nanuk's does the same thing. So the Pelican case, when you're holding the cases and back and forth, the lids both feel the same. I mean, they both have the same amount of wiggle, they have the same amount of give, so I think you're pretty good in that regard. Of course, there's a different shade of orange between a nanuk and Pelican, but that's not a big deal. Nanuk also, just like Pelican, they offer a rubber gasket, a little rubber seal around the door. Pelican's is shaped a little differently to Nanuk, not a big deal. Both of these cases can be had with inserts. You can have foam inserts in both of them. I don't want the foam inserts simply because, well, we have all our medical gear in here. Now, some of the things that are definitely going to separate Pelican versus Nanuk is, I mentioned earlier about Pelican and their latches on the side. I really like those latches because with the Pelican, or with the Nanuk, when I close the Nanuk case, and if it's filled up a little bit and you got some pressure on the lid, you're actually going to see a gap between the sides here, which means that the lid's kind of being stressed a little bit. So you don't have as tight a seal at the back end or at the front, you know, in the middle. They're a little bit different. So you're going to see that little bit of gap right there. And with the Pelican, you're not going to get that because the Pelican has the side latches. So that ensures that you get a complete seal all the way around the lid. Going back to maybe closing the lids and locking them, you're going to notice that Pelican reinforces it with little metal flanges around the front. They have two of those. Nanuk, it's just plastic right here, but I think it's going to still be a good option if somebody really wanted to get into either one of these cases. If you had it locked and they stole it, they're going to get into it. We both know that. But I do like the idea that the Pelican actually has metal reinforcements around the openings versus Nanuk is all just plastic. Now, getting the hinges, we'll turn these two around and do the hinge comparison because you're going to notice they're pretty much the same. Other than the fact that Pelican actually has a different way they've molded and formed their cases, they both have very similar hinges to where when you open it up, they stay open. They're not going to fall on you. They're not going to open up and, you know, fall back and forth or anything like that. So, which is really nice. I really like that in both the cases. Only time will tell whether or not the Nanuk holds up more than the Pelican, but I will not be able to do that comparison because after I make this video, again, this Nanuk case is going off to a Patreon supporter. So I'm doing that. That's kind of a gift from me back to my patrons. But anyhow, otherwise, I mean, weight-wise, they're virtually the same weight. Again, as you can see, the Pelican is a little bit bigger than a Nanuk case, but you either had the 1600 or you have, I think, a 1550 or a 1520 series that you can get that's a little bit smaller than this one, but it's also a little bit smaller than a Nanuk. Also, not all the cases can be had in orange. Some of them are yellow, black, gray, green, tan. We wanted orange because we want to make sure that it's definitely visible to anybody we're out with, even if it's a stranger. We say, hey, get the first aid box in the back of my Nissan, in the back of my truck, it's the orange case. They'll be able to know what it is, they grab it, bring it over to us, and everything will be sorted out fine. So gang, I hope this video finds you well. I hope it was kind of informative. I tried not to be as long as I was in the first video when it came to the Nanuk case. I'm going to put some pictures and video in here, of course, as I was talking, to give you a better close-up on all the materials and what they're made out of. Pelican, thank you very much. John, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. This thing is awesome. It was great talking with you. I look forward to meeting you again, hopefully at the next Northwest Overland Rally, if not sooner. My shop is always open to you, sir. And to everybody else, thank you very much. I do appreciate all the support. Remember to get involved in this 10,000 subscriber giveaway here on YouTube. And you got to hit that subscribe button and get involved in it, as well as hit that notification button. Also, if you're on social media and you're doing Facebook or you're doing Instagram, you can find me there as well, CK Tool. I'm going to try to involve Instagram and Facebook in this giveaway. So when they hit 1,000, I can put them together with the YouTube and try to give you guys a bunch of product. I think right now I have about $1,000 or $1,100 in product. And a matter of fact, another shout out to John is because, and to Pelican, is because one of the giveaways I have is a Pelican Ruck 40. And when I did the video, I didn't talk too much about anything, but working with Pelican now and getting this and possibly some other gear for more videos and more reviews in the future, I am looking forward to that. But yes, if you want a Pelican Ruck 40, you can check them out on Pelican's website. I'll leave a link down below. but check that out, and I'll leave a link with the video on the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Until the next one, you guys have a good one. Have a safe end of your summer and a beautiful fall. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep me from the bottom of the YouTube bucket. We'll see you later. Bye.